welcome back to the Sapphire Spider Oracle channel. Missed you guys. Let's get started. I'm doing a reading for the Pisces full moon, and I've got a new tarot deck for you guys. And I brought in the Starseed Oracle. I'm paying attention to this little rainbow over here in my rose quartz right now, and it looks like a manta ray. Looks like a manta ray. So interesting. Oh, and there's like a white cat in there. Okay, you got some spirit animals over here peeking at me through this rose quartz specifically. Let's start with your Starseed Oracle and see what's coming out. You have like a white cat and a manta ray. There's like 3 cards there. Loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. Now, I pulled this recently, and I actually pulled it for my birthday. So I was asking what I would need to kind of focus on and think about for this next year of my life. And this was the card that I pulled. And so I won't lie, like I was a little disappointed. But it is something where I just have to be real with myself and recognize that I'm in a phase right now where I'm really trying to, yes, let go of anyone or anything that has been especially toxic or hindering to the progress that I want to see in my life. And I definitely said a prayer that day about opening myself up more to God and letting him in, her in, it in, right? The universe, whatever you choose. And it was just one of those things. So like, if you resonate with that feeling at all right now, Cancer, then I would say for sure, this is a process. And it is really about learning to be comfortable. Ooh, there's a message. It said, learning to be comfortable when God answers your prayers. Because there's some times when we pray for certain things and it means we have to step away from something, and yet we're not prepared to do that. So it's kind of like, it just, ooh, something just came through and said, take my hand, right? Like, take my hand. It wants you to really surrender and give in and understand that, like I said, your prayers are answered, and it's like you didn't pray for the wrong things. There's a deep concern about like you prayed for the wrong things, Cancer, and then you're getting what you prayed for and you're having to let go of stuff. And I don't think you necessarily, it just said like you would never be ready for it kind of deal. Like there's just things that you can't face till you get to those bridges, right? It's just very much of, it's recognizing the hard journey that life can be sometimes and the paradoxes that kind of come with it. All right. Okay, it says spiritual help. You might be going to seek out spiritual help at this time because of the fact that you do need, you're either feeling like you need some spiritual practices or guidance in your life, or it's just what makes you comfortable in the sense that it's familiar. This is definitely like a spiritual healer or teacher, a priest, something, a therapist maybe, something along those lines that can kind of touch on both realms or, you know, several areas of life and help give you guidance on that. And that's a very wise move for you to make, especially if you're resonating with everything I was pulling off that card right there. World. Pretty much saying like, it said essentially it's stripping you bare of a lot of things that were kind of skewing your view of yourself and your beauty. Because this is the Venus, right? This is the birth of Venus. This is like one of the most famous paintings of Venus ever. And it's always considered a standard of beauty. And that's part of this. It's like a guidance counselor, a therapist, a spiritual leader, a spiritual healer could possibly help you uncover your true essence that lies beneath some of this density and coping mechanisms and addictions, or things that have covered you up for so long and left you like falling down a rabbit hole kind of deal, right? And this is a major completion. This is like a major coming to terms, coming home to yourself moment. It said, and then, like, and then you put your rose back on because you're an empress, okay? Like, that's the whole thing, is like, I feel like sometimes you have to be really hard for the world, really stern, dressed up, armored up, set in stone type deal. And I think that as much as that is very powerful and abundant for you and where you belong, I think that at times it's just so much. And how lovely would it be to take off all of this heavy gear and all of this stuff and just be free and wild and naked and like, you know, being a Venus out there, right? Essentially. And that's just coming down to loving yourself. So you are your own little world, and you are worth loving and treating nice and refreshing from time to time. And okay, yeah, it's giving me, okay, like Mother Gaia energy just stepped in. It was just basically talking about how, like, you know, even the earth hath seasons. Like, we go through these phases where everything's really dense and heavy, and then it all dies off, and then we have spring that comes through and refreshes everything, and like refreshes everything. That's kind of part of what you need for yourself, for your soul type deal. It can definitely be about health with addictions and things like that. It can definitely be about, like, literally your body, your health, your Mother Earth, your vessel. It could be about eating better. It could be about treating yourself better, like, you know, affirmations, mentally, emotionally, anything. You have all major arcana. Like, this is a huge, like, this is something. Recognize how powerful these cards are. Like, there's not a single card here that's a weaker card. They are all majorly important facets of your life, people in your life, things that you're doing in your life, moments in your life. All of this is really big and real and important. But it's all major arcana, which means these are big things. Big things. Ace of Cups, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you need something completely new. Maybe seeing this leader, healer, counselor, they present an idea to you that really, it just brings you that moment, right? Like the little choir of angels singing and everything. This Ace of Cups is everything nice and sweet and miraculous and new that you need to shift this energy, is what it's saying. you need to start fresh. I think this person, this energy speaking now, it's like you need to start fresh. You need to start totally fresh. This is the Virgin Mary and the Christ child. That is as much of an analogy of starting completely fresh as we can possibly get, being a virgin, right? Being a newborn child. Like that's everything that's coming off of this Ace of Cups. That's what you need to do. It's like you gotta strip yourself down. Recognize all of this is important, yes, but like put all this aside for a moment and really focus on yourself and your energy and recognize that you need to start completely new. Ace of Cups all the way. And it feels like this energy saying that to you. You gotta start completely over. This could be just a total rebirth cycle for you, which is great. It could be that you're starting a whole new way of life over. It could be you're just cleaning up aspects of your life. Yeah, and kind of like a confirmation, you have the Fool card here, which is definitely a new chapter in life, a new beginning. I actually want to look at the Fool card definition in this deck because it's been intriguing me today. It's like the second time I've seen it, so hang on a second. Just says foolishness, strangeness, carefree attitude, frivolity, detachment, escape from reality. Going back to the 0 here is what I mean. It's like you're at the portal where like anything's possible, anything can come through that. So you might feel foolish for starting over. It might make you feel like a fool to maybe put some of this aside for a while. Even this is a major arcana though. All of it's a major step. That's why you gotta let God in. And that's where I would say that's this right here, because that's the Christ child. What you need to let in is something completely fresh and new. You need to start over. Cancer, you start over. It's going to feel foolish and strange at first, but you need to be carefree in it and understand that this is exactly what you need. It said to succeed. Woo, to succeed. That's what I think. I think when you like get back on your game after this, I don't think there's anything here about like giving up certain aspects of your life, but like somewhere inside you, something needs a total refresh, right? And if you're resonating with it, then you know it, you feel it. But it feels strange, it feels awkward, it feels weird. You're meant to kind of step through that portal though and start over. See if anything else wants to come out. Anything else? These 2 cards. Ace of Pentacles. Now you got an ace and an ace. That's a solid offer too. It's talking about this coin. It's saying how you might have to kind of pay a little bit for this Hierophant, starting something new. So this might totally be new. Like if you're not already seeing a therapist, if you're not already doing this, like there's something new that you might do that leads you to this, it said wise spiritual leader in a sense. They present you with the topic of you need a fresh start, something completely new. They help you strip off some of these layers and understand that. I think you go through with it and you feel strange about it and just, I don't know. I got a lot on my plate. I got a lot of responsibilities. I have a lot, I'm running a whole world. I'm an empress, right? This takes a lot for me to do this and everything. Something just said like, I can't do this alone. And that's when suddenly now we have this King of Swords over here. I think you can do it on your own. I think it's just, you feel really awkward and weird doing it. And so the way she's holding her scepter and the way he's holding his sword are very similar. That's one thing I'm noticing here. They've got the red. That's where it's like, I don't think you are doing this alone. Maybe someone steps in and surprises you, or you just got someone else that kind of comes in to back you up and is on your side. With them being a King of Swords, they're very intelligent and decisive, intellectual. They're also Honestly, they feel very quiet. Look, he's pointing over here at this Fool card. Oh, wow, wow. Okay, it's talking to me now. His finger's pointing over here at this Fool card, and that's where the Fool's outfit and the pattern on the Fool very much resembles this cloak. And it's like, okay, wow. It just said one day you're going to be able to look back and be like, I remember when I went through this, I thought I was a fool, but I wasn't. I turned out as this King of Swords. I made a decision. I was a King of Swords. I made a decision, and I went through with it, and it was solid in the end. I made a good choice. I made a wise choice. It helped build my empire in a very fruitful and abundant way with this feminine energy. And that's what, okay, so now that's where it kind of keeps going back around. Yeah, the way it wraps up over here is like, once you get past this decision and this portal and this choice and you keep going, it's there's going to be a moment, I think in the future, like the way she's looking this way, it's like in the future where you're going to look back and say, you know, I was this fool before, but I'm glad I made this choice and I'm glad I did this stuff because look at me now. Ooh, it just nice. Is it look at me now? Look at me now. I'm getting paper. Like that's what I mean. There's something here about that. And there is that Ace of Pentacles that came through too. And he's pointing over technically in that direction too. It's like eventually it could come back around to that. So you get out what you put in. So you might have to pay for someone to guide you and lead you right now to help you understand this path. But eventually you're going to get over here. You're going to be very successful and you're going to be glad that you made this decision and that you did what you did, right? Let God in. Let everything lead the way. Let everything strip off. Know that it's time to move on and go through whatever this new chapter or new phase is, and you're going to be glad you made the decision. It might take a while, but you're going to be glad. And that's what I got for you, Cancer. Let me know how that resonates for you guys. And I wish you well. I will see you on the next reading. Thank you.